Everyone thought Ty Borden was gone forever. The ranch felt emptier, Amy's heart was shattered, and fans across the world were left in tears. But just when we thought Heartland could never be the same again, Season 19 opens with a scene that stops time. Ty is back. Or is he? The look on Amy's face says everything. The man she lost stands right in front of her. Is it a dream, a ghost, or something even more unbelievable? Asterisk the first few minutes of Season 19, Episode 1 are quiet, but heavy. The wind moves slowly across the familiar Heartland ranch, and everything feels just like it always did, except something's missing. Amy is out early brushing Borden, her eyes distant. There's a sadness there that never fully went away since Ty's death. She's trying to hold it together for Lyndy, for the ranch, and for herself. The camera lingers on her face and then, out of nowhere, she looks up and freezes. Asterisk a figure is standing by the barn. Asterisk not moving. Not speaking. Asterisk just watching her. Asterisk Amy stares, unable to speak. For a second, her breath catches, and we feel it with her. The audience is meant to feel confused, hopeful, scared. We know Ty died. We saw it. We mourned him. So who is this? Asterisk the man looks just like Ty. Same calm posture, same soft eyes. He's wearing a worn jacket, something Ty might have worn back. In Season 8, there's no music in this moment, just the sound of the wind, the horses in the background, and Amy's heartbeat fast and loud in the mix. Asterisk and then. He smiles. Asterisk Amy blinks. She steps forward, one step, then another. But before she can say anything, the screen cuts to black. The Heartland title appears. Asterisk this moment sets the tone for the entire episode. Is Ty Borden really back? Or is Amy seeing what she wants to see? Asterisk the next scene adds more questions. Amy wakes up in her bed, startled, breathing hard. Was it a dream, a memory? Her hand moves to her necklace, the one Ty gave her, and her fingers grip it tight. She glances at a photo of the two of them on her nightstand. That's when the audience starts to realize this episode is going to play with our emotions. Asterisk as the episode continues, small signs begin to appear. Amy hears his voice when she walks through the old clinic. Lyndy says she saw Daddy in the barn. Jack finds an old tool of Ty's left on the porch, even though it was packed away years ago. These moments aren't loud or dramatic, but they build something powerful. The idea that maybe, just maybe, Ty's return isn't just in Amy's head. Asterisk Heartland has always handled emotion with care. And this first section of the episode is a masterclass in slow building tension. It doesn't rush to explain anything. It simply shows Amy, broken but strong, being pulled towards something impossible, her world, which she tried so hard to rebuild, is starting to shift again. Asterisk by the end of the first act, Amy goes back to the barn at night. The light is dim. She hears footsteps behind her. She turns slowly and again. She sees him, Ty, standing there. Closer this time. Realer. He says her name. Asterisk Amy. Asterisk and she whispers, with tears in her eyes. Asterisk high. Asterisk cut to black again. Asterisk this moment. Leaves the audience gasping. We don't know what's real yet. We don't know if this is a vision, a dream, or something far more shocking. But we do know one thing. Heartland Season 19 isn't holding back. Asterisk we pick up right where we left off. Amy stands frozen in the barn, facing the man who just spoke her name. Her eyes are wide, her lips trembling. She doesn't move, neither. Does he? Asterisk high. Asterisk he's standing in front of her, just a few feet away. He looks older, but somehow exactly the same. His voice, soft and steady, is exactly how she remembers it. The moment is silent except for the sound of their breathing. Then, Amy takes a step forward, still not sure if this is a dream. Asterisk she whispers again, Ty. And this time, he nods. Asterisk, but instead of jumping into his arms, Amy pulls back, her face Changes. She looks confused, even scared. This can't be real. She says you died. Asterisk Ty looks down, and that's when the truth begins to come out. Asterisk he didn't die. Not really. Asterisk hears what the episode reveals slowly, painfully, through flashbacks and broken conversation. The night Ty was shot, the injury was worse than anyone knew. But before the hospital could even finish treatment, he was taken away. We see a flashback of men in dark suits speaking with doctors. The words witness protection appear on a paper. A decision had to be made to protect him and Amy from something bigger. Asterisk apparently, Ty had witnessed something dangerous while volunteering overseas, something that made him a target. His return to Canada was supposed to be safe, but when he got shot, it triggered an emergency plan to take him off the grid. Everyone, including his family, was told he died to keep them safe. Even Amy. Asterisk the truth is almost too much to handle. Asterisk Amy stares at him, stunned. Her world is spinning. Every year she spent grieving. Every sleepless night, every terror, all of it was based on a lie. She slaps him hard, then pulls him into a hug at the same time. She's crying, not out of joy, but from years of buried pain suddenly crashing back. Asterisk this is where the writing shines. It doesn't make Ty's return simple. It makes it human. Amy is angry. She's relieved. She's hurt. She wants to believe him, but also needs to protect herself and Lyndy. Her words cut deep. You left me alone with your daughter thinking her father was dead. How do I forgive that? Asterisk Ty breaks down. This is the first time we see him cry. He tells her that he begged them to let him say goodbye, but he was taken so fast he didn't get the chance. He tried writing letters. None of them were sent. He only just got clearance to return, and Amy was the first person he needed to see. Asterisk then, he asks the question that changes everything. Where's Lyndy? Asterisk Amy goes quiet. She takes a deep breath and says she's at school. She doesn't know you're back. She doesn't even know you're alive. Asterisk that moment hits like a wave. Asterisk the man who missed 5 years of his daughter's life is finally home and has no idea how to step back in. Asterisk the episode takes a breath after this. We get quiet scenes. Ty walking through the ranch, touching things he left behind. The old barn wall with his carved initials. The photo of Amy and Lyndy on the fridge. He's both home and a stranger now. Asterisk meanwhile, Amy has to decide what to do. She sits with Jack, explaining everything. He's shocked, but calm. His reaction is heartbreaking, a mix of rage and love. If it's really him, then he better have a good reason. Because if this hurts you or Lyndy again, I'll never forgive him. Asterisk back at the barn, Ty feeds the horses like old times. Spartan seems to recognize him. It's quiet until we hear a small voice off camera. Asterisk mommy. Asterisk it's Lyndy. Why? Asterisk Amy turns, eyes wide. Ty stands frozen. Asterisk Lyndy walks in, holding her school bag. She stares at Ty, not recognizing him fully. Then she looks at Amy. Who's that? Asterisk Amy hesitates. The tension is thick. Asterisk she kneels beside her daughter and gently says, "That's your dad, sweetheart." Asterisk silence. Pure silence. Asterisk Lyndy looks at Ty, then back at her mom. But daddy's in heaven, she says, innocent and honest. Asterisk Ty kneels. 2. He's crying now. I was gone for a long time, he says, voice cracking. But I never stopped loving you, not for a second. Asterisk and then the moment we've all waited for. Asterisk Lyndy drops her bag, walks forward, wraps her arms around him. Asterisk she hugs her father for the very first time she can remember. Asterisk Amy watches, tears pouring down her face. So does Jack, standing quietly in the doorway. Asterisk the family, broken for so long, begins to feel whole again. Asterisk but even now, it's not the end. Ty's return brings questions, complications, danger. If he was hidden away for this long, what's still out there? Who's still looking for him? Asterisk, and will the piece they finally found last? Asterisk, this reveal is more than just shock value. Reopens old wounds, reunites lost love, and sets the stage for the emotional journey ahead. Season 19 is not just about bringing Tai back. It's about rebuilding, healing, and learning how to move forward together. Asterisk, the news spreads fast, but not in words. It begins in looks, long, shocked looks from the people who see Borden walk across the Heartland ranch as if time has bent itself backwards. Nobody expected this. Nobody was ready. Asterisk, first comes Jack. He watches Tai from a distance at first, standing on the porch with his arms folded, trying to make sense of it. The man he buried, the man he grieved like a son, is alive. And yet, Jack doesn't rush in. That's not his way. His eyes are sharp. His jaw is tight. Asterisk, Tai walks up slowly. And sure what to say, the silence between them is almost heavier than words. Finally, Jack speaks, low, steady, full of meaning. Asterisk, I've buried people before, but never someone who came back. Asterisk, Tai nods. I didn't want to leave. You know that, right? Asterisk, Jack looks at him, and for a moment, his guard drops. We're family, he says, voice cracking slightly. Still are. Asterisk, then, in one of the most emotional moments of the episode, Jack steps forward and wraps Tai in a hug, a real one. Not out of politeness, but out of pure, quiet love, no background. Music, no drama. Just two men, generations apart, holding onto the only thing that matters in that moment, the bond they never really lost. Asterisk, next, it's Lou. She storms into the ranch house after getting a call from Amy. Her face is full of disbelief. She doesn't ask questions right away. She just says, "Where is he?" Asterisk, when she sees Tai in the kitchen, holding one of Lyndy's old drawings, her breath catches. She gasps, just like Amy did, and then she says what everyone is thinking. Asterisk, how is this even possible? Asterisk, Tai stands there, unsure of what to say. Lou, unlike Jack, doesn't hold back her emotions. Her anger comes first. Do you have any idea what you put Amy through? What you put us through? I watched her fall apart. Asterisk. Tai doesn't try to defend himself. He listens. He takes it. And after Lou lets it out, she softens. She walks up, tears in her eyes, and says, "You were my brother." You still are. I thought I lost you. We all did. Asterisk, they hug. And it's not perfect. It's messy, full of pain and confusion, but it's real. Asterisk, then there's Tim. And if you know Heartland, you know how complicated Tim's relationship with Tai always was. Respect, yes, but never easy. When Tim arrives and sees Tai sitting on the fence near the paddock, his face hardens. He doesn't cry. He doesn't rush. He just walks over and stares. Asterisk, didn't think you had it in you to pull something like this. He says, asterisk, Tai sighs. It wasn't my choice. Asterisk, Tim nods once, still staring. You broke my daughter's heart. Asterisk, Tai replies. I know. Asterisk, silence. Asterisk, then Tim looks away, biting his lip. And for a brief second, he looks vulnerable. But you also gave her back her smile. And you gave me a granddaughter I'd die for. Asterisk, finally, he offers his hand. Tai takes it, a handshake full of everything they can't say out loud. Years of history, tension, respect, and something like forgiveness. Asterisk, outside of the family, the reactions come like waves. Asterisk, Caleb shows up on horseback after hearing the rumors. At first, he thinks it's a joke. But when he sees Tai face to face, his jaw drops. Dude, I thought you were a ghost. Tai laughs for the first time since he returned. They hug. It's loud, a little awkward, but full of brotherly love. Asterisk, Georgie, who was away training in Europe, calls Amy in tears. Is it really him? She asks. Amy nods, holding up the phone so Tai can wave. Georgie can't speak for a few seconds. When she does, it's just one sentence. Tell him I missed him every day. Asterisk even the town reacts. Hudson, quiet and close-knit, is buzzing with the news. Old friends show up. Strangers leave flowers at the ranch gate. Lisa brings over a fresh-baked pie just like the old days. Scott, Ty's longtime friend and mentor, comes by and they sit quietly under the same tree where they once talked about the future. You've got another shot, Scott says. Don't waste it. Asterisk, but through all the emotion, not everything is easy. Asterisk, Amy still struggles. One night, as Ty helps Lyndy with her homework, Amy stands outside the door watching them. There's a smile on her face, but also a shadow. She knows love, but she also knows pain. And trust, once broken, doesn't return all at once. Asterisk later, she tells Ty, you're here. But I'm still learning how to let you in again. Asterisk Ty nods. I'll wait as long as it takes. Asterisk this section of the episode is about healing, not just reunions, but reconnections. Some are simple, like Caleb's big bear hug. Others are full of layers, like Lou's heartbreak or Tim's tough love. But each one reminds us why Heartland matters. It's not just about horses and the land. It's about people, families, forgiveness, and the power of coming home. Asterisk by the end of the episode, the sun sets over the ranch, casting golden light across the fields. Ty stands with Amy and Lyndy on the porch. They're not completely healed yet, but they're together. Asterisk and that is a start. Asterisk news travels fast in a town like Hudson. You can't keep a secret, especially not one like this. Ty Borden, the man everyone believed had died 5 years ago, is back, alive, quiet, standing on the same land he once called home. Asterisk at first. It spreads as whispers. Asterisk, did you hear? Asterisk, it can't be. Asterisk Ty Borden. Asterisk, and then people start coming. Asterisk not out of curiosity, out of care. Hudson isn't a big city. It's a place where people remember your name, your horse, your story. And for Ty, it's a town full of memories, some good, some painful, all still alive. Asterisk the first visitor is Maggie from the cafe. She shows up early in the morning with a bag of muffins and tears already in her eyes. She hugs Amy tight, then turns to Ty. You look older, she says, smiling through tears. But it's you. Asterisk, Ty chuckles. Feels like I've aged 10 years. Asterisk, you took a piece of this town with you when you left, she tells him. We're glad to have it back. Asterisk then comes Clint Riley, Ty's old parole officer, now retired but still respected. He walks up with a firm handshake and an unreadable expression. You were always strong, kid, he says, his voice steady. Stronger than most, but coming back, that takes more guts than anything else. Asterisk it hits Ty differently, to be seen not as a ghost, but as a man who made it back. Asterisk, Cass and Caleb host a small cookout on their land that weekend. Nothing big, just a few friends. It's the first time Ty's surrounded by familiar faces who aren't crying or shocked. They share stories, laughter, memories from the early seasons, the vet clinic, the rodeos, Spartan's first injury. Asterisk Ty sits quietly for a moment, soaking it all in. Then he says, I forgot what this felt like, just being normal. Asterisk, but even in the warmth of community, the shadows are still there. Asterisk, some folks don't react with smiles. Mrs. Bell, old and sharp as ever, shows up at Heartland's gate, but doesn't come in. She just leaves a note. You owe us an explanation. Some of us buried you. Asterisk Ty reads it. He understands. Some people grieve deeply. And when that grief turns out to be built on a lie, even a necessary one, it hurts all over again. Asterisk then there's the town council. Asterisk Lou, still mayor, holds a quiet meeting to prepare for the questions. Ty's return brings attention, media, reporters, even federal contacts checking in about the witness protection breach. Lou protects him fiercely, but the town isn't just reacting with love. They're reacting with shock and with questions. Asterisk why? Now, asterisk, why not tell us sooner? Asterisk, is the danger really gone? Asterisk, we get glimpses of local news trucks outside the Heartland gate. Paparazzi snapping photos. Amy gets a call from a reporter pretending to be a friend. It's invasive, cruel, but real. Fame never sat easy with Ty or Amy. Now it's back. Worse than before. Asterisk, but Heartland rallies. Asterisk, Lisa organizes a community. Circle, an outdoor evening gathering. No microphones, no press. Just neighbors, friends, people who love Ty, even in absence. Everyone brings candles. The mood is soft. Forgiving. Asterisk, Amy speaks first. Asterisk, he didn't choose to leave, but he chose to come back. That has to count for something. Asterisk, then Ty stands up. And for the first time since his return, he speaks in front of them all. Asterisk, I know I hurt you. I hurt people I care about. I can't change what happened or the years I missed. But I'm here now, not to be a hero, just to try again. Asterisk, it's quiet. Asterisk, then a man in the crowd, an old rancher, steps forward. We watched you grow up, Ty. We watched you become the kind of man any of us would be proud of. You don't owe us anything. You just live right. Asterisk, the crowd claps softly. A few tears fall. Asterisk, it's not a movie ending. It's not a perfect fix. Asterisk, but it's real. Asterisk, Ty starts volunteering again at the vet clinic. Not officially, just helping Scott on busy days. At first, people hesitate around him. Then, slowly, they remember. He's still the same guy who stayed up all night to help an injured foal. The same guy who once built a wildlife shelter with Amy. Actions speak louder than returns. And Ty's actions remind people of who he really is. Asterisk, Amy, meanwhile, starts riding again, and not just for training or chores, but for herself. One scene shows her galloping across the ridge at sunrise, Ty and Lyndy watching from the hilltop. It's peaceful. It's free. Asterisk, even Lyndy begins adjusting to her new reality. At school, she draws her family for show and tell, and for the first time, she includes her dad. It's a simple picture: a house, a horse, a son. And for stick figures, all holding hands, asterisk, Amy sees it on the fridge that night and quietly cries. Asterisk, in this episode, the community doesn't just react, it embraces. And not all at once, some with questions, some with caution. But slowly, gently, with the care that Heartland has always been about. Asterisk, because this place, this land, doesn't just raise horses. Asterisk, it raises people. Asterisk, and now, with Ty back, it begins. Again, asterisk, the dust may have settled, but the story is far from over. Ty Borden's return has changed everything, not just for Amy, not just for the family, but for Heartland as a whole. Season 19 has begun with the biggest twist in the show's history, and now the real question is, what happens next? Asterisk, this section of the episode slows down, not to drag, but to let things sink in. Ty is back, the family has reunited, but the wounds haven't fully healed. The world didn't pause while he was gone. People grew, changed, moved on, even if they didn't want to. Now, everyone has to learn how to live with that new reality. Asterisk, we start with Amy and Ty. Their love was always the soul of Heartland. But love, even deep love, doesn't erase 5 years of silence. There's a scene in the kitchen that says it all. Amy pours coffee. Ty stands beside her. Neither speaks for a moment. Then he says softly, asterisk, it's not distance between them. It's truth. They're still connected, but they're not the same people they were. Amy had to become stronger without him. Ty had to survive in a life that wasn't really his. Now they have to rebuild their marriage, piece by piece, not from scratch, but from memory, trust, and new beginnings. Asterisk, they start small. A quiet ride together, a dinner with just the two of them. A conversation under the stars where Ty shares stories about the years he was gone, the faces he met, the moments that kept him going, the fear that he'd never make it home. Asterisk Amy listens. She doesn't interrupt. She just takes his hand. That single gesture says more than any line of dialogue ever could. Asterisk meanwhile, Lyndy is adjusting faster than anyone expected. Children have a way of accepting what is, rather than focusing on what was. She follows Ty around the barn, asks questions, learns to brush horses with him. One day, she asks if they can build a birdhouse together, something Ty once promised before he went away. On the family side, there's a quiet shift too. Jack, once the unshakable anchor, becomes more protective. He watches over Ty like a hawk. Not because he doubts him, but because he knows what it's like to lose people. He's not ready to feel that pain again. He tells Ty one night, if you're going to stay for good. No more disappearing. We don't survive that twice. Asterisk Tim starts pushing for Ty to rejoin the ranch fully. You were always meant to work this land, he says, but Ty hesitates. He's still recovering, not just physically, but emotionally. His years in hiding took a toll. The wide open spaces of Heartland feel strange after so long behind closed doors. Asterisk then there's Lou. Her protective instincts are still on high alert. She respects Ty, but she's now more than just Amy's sister. She's Mayor, a mother, a decision maker. She brings up things others won't: security, press, legal risks. What if someone's still looking for you? She asks Ty, what if it puts Lyndy in danger? Asterisk Ty answers calmly, they wouldn't have sent me home unless it was safe. But I'll never stop protecting them. Not now. Not ever. Asterisk that quiet promise adds weight. Ty isn't just back to live. He's back to defend the life he almost lost. Asterisk, and then we come to the land itself. Asterisk Heartland has always been more than just a setting. It's a living part of the story, the hills, the barn, the wild horses. It reflects the characters, and now, with Ty's return, it feels more alive than ever. We get sweeping shots of Ty riding with Amy again. Lyndy laughing as Spartan gallops beside them. New horses arriving, new rescues, new challenges. Asterisk, it's as if the ranch itself is breathing easier again. Asterisk, but the writers make it clear. This is not a fairy tale. Asterisk Ty's return is not the end of pain. It's the start of recovery. There are emotional scars, unfinished business. The threat that pulled him away might be gone, but the trauma remains. He wakes from nightmares, flinches at loud sounds. He's not the same man, and the show doesn't hide that. It shows it honestly. Asterisk this opens the door to new storylines. Asterisk Ty's mental health and healing. Asterisk Amy learning to trust again. Asterisk Lyndy discovering what it means to have a father. Asterisk Jack and Tim preparing the next generation to carry the ranch forward. Asterisk and maybe most importantly, the idea of second chances. Asterisk because that's what this whole episode is about. Not just Ty's survival, but his return to the people who love him. And not in some grand, perfect way, in a real, quiet, human way. Through steps, through forgiveness, through love. Asterisk by the end of the episode, Amy and Ty sit under the old tree near the jumping ring. The same place they once carved their initials. They're holding hands, watching Lyndy run through the grass. Asterisk Amy turns and says, do you think we can really start over? Asterisk Ty answers, no. Asterisk he pauses, then smiles. Asterisk, but we can start from here. Asterisk, and with that, we fade to the final shot, the Heartland house glowing in the setting sun, the family together again. Maybe not whole, but healing. Asterisk this episode reminds us what Heartland has always been about. Asterisk hope, family, love that lasts through anything. Asterisk and now that Ty is back, truly back, the journey continues. Asterisk, sometimes a show gives you more than just stories. It gives you a place to feel, a place to remember, a place to heal. Asterisk Heartland has always been that kind of show. Asterisk and in season 19, episode 1, when Ty Borden walked back into the frame, it didn't just shock us. It moved us. Asterisk we watched Amy's heart crack open again. We saw Lyndy meet the father she never really knew. We saw Jack's quiet strength lose protective fire and Tim's complicated love. We felt the weight of time, the cost of silence, and the beauty of second chances. Asterisk for years, fans have hoped for this moment. Ty's return was the dream nobody thought would come true. And yet, here it is, real, raw, imperfect, beautiful. Asterisk in the comments, fans are already pouring their hearts out. Asterisk I cried the entire episode. Seeing Ty again felt like getting a piece of myself back. Asterisk this is what Heartland is, not just drama, but heart, healing, family. Asterisk Ty's return is the best twist the show has ever pulled off. I wasn't ready. Still not. Asterisk and now, the journey continues. Asterisk Ty is home. Asterisk, but what does home mean after everything he's been through? Asterisk that's the question season 19 is now set to answer. Asterisk will Amy and Ty rebuild their love stronger than before? Asterisk will Lyndy grow up with the father she always dreamed of? Asterisk and will the Heartland family survive the next chapter together? Asterisk one thing is clear, the story isn't over. Asterisk it's just beginning again. Asterisk what did you think of Ty's return? Asterisk were you surprised? Did you cry? Were you angry? Or just overwhelmed? Asterisk drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're reading every single one. Asterisk and if you're ready for more updates, breakdowns, and emotional moments from season 19, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon because we're going deeper into every episode, every reunion, and every heartbreak. Asterisk until next time. Asterisk hold on to hope. Asterisk because in Heartland, anything can happen. Asterisk